Okay, let's start. Right. So yesterday we have seen how to create a graphical calculation view. Okay, and as part of that creating graphical calculation view, we have seen about projection, join, and what union. Okay. So let me open the yesterday's example. So in the HANA Studio, in the development perspective, let me log on to the HANA database. Right. So in the content folder, what is our package? Z modeling is our package. In this we have created what? Yeah, we have created what? One calculation view, CV underscore sales underscore graphical. Okay, let me double click on this. Right, so this is the graphical view which we have created yesterday. And if you observe this graphical view, I'll just summarize this what you have done yesterday. First we created what? A instance of what we have created, two instances of what? Projection node. Okay, we have placed it on the layout, and as part of projection 1 we have associated the fields of VBAK table. As part of projection 2 we have associated the fields of what? VBAP. Okay, then we took the instance of what? A join node. Then we have linked the output of projection 1 to the input of join 1. Similarly, output of projection 2 to what? Input of what? Join 1. Then we understood that we can maximum join only two projections to what? Join instance. That is the reason I took another projection which is associated with the table MAKT, since I cannot join this projection 3 with join 1, because join can hold, can, as part of join we can link only two objects. That's the reason I took one more join instance. I have linked the outputs of join 1 and the projection 3 to the input of what? Join 2. Okay, then we have linked this join 2 to what? Aggregation. Initially we have linked this join to what? Aggregation. In that aggregation we have selected the required fields. Then when you execute it, so when you executed, it was displaying the sales documents of all the order types, of all the order types. Then what we did, then we have applied filter on what? Projection 1. What is the filter we applied? That order type is equal to what? TA. Okay, then we got some restricted rows which are related to the order type what? TA. Then in order to demonstrate the union, what I did, I made a copy of projection 1, projection 2 and join 1 and placed it on what? Layout. Okay, then we have linked the outputs of copy of projection 1 and copy of projection 2 to copy of join 1. Then we made a copy of projection 3 and placed it on the layout. Then similarly again we took one more join instance, join 3. We have linked the outputs of join, copy of join 1 and copy of projection 3 to what? Join 3. Then these two join outputs, join 2 and join 3, we have linked with the input of what? Union instance. Okay, before that we need to take the instance of union, placed it on the layout. Then we have linked the union to what? Aggregation. What is the job of union? It is going to what? Club the results of what? Both the joints. Join 2 is having some 1735 rows and join 3 is having what? Only 5 rows, because here we have given the filter type, order type is what? ZOR1, which has got only 5 records. So when I merge both of them, when I union, I got some 1740 rows. So this is what the calculation view we have discussed yesterday. Okay, and we have not written any code in this graphical calculation view. Now let us take one more example on what graphical calculation view. The change I want to do is, I want to associate this graphical calculation view with what? Table function. So already in the initial classes we discussed about what table function. A table function is like what? A block of statements. A table function is like a block of statements which has to be defined only once and can be called any number of what times. So what I want is, I want to create one table function which is going to retrieve sales order header data and what item data based on the given order type. Means for that table function I need to take one parameter. What is that parameter? Order type as what? Input. Okay. Based on that order type, it has to pick the header data and item data from VBAK and VBAP and return that particular data. Okay. Whatever the data the table function is returning, that I want to project in what? My calculation. So again, this is important. When you want to write any complex select queries, when you want to write any complex select queries, I can make use of what? Table function. Okay. So since in the plain graphical calculation view, I cannot write any SQL code. What we can do is we can implement that select statements, complex select queries as part of table function and call that table function from what? Graphical calculation view. Okay. So that is what is the requirement. Okay, so first what I'll do is I'll create one graphical calculate sorry I'll create one table function which is responsible for what? Taking what? Order type as input, and based on that order type it has to retrieve the header data and item data from both the tables VBAK and VBAP and return that particular data. Whatever the data the table function is returning, I want to project it in my graphical calculation view. Okay, so let's see how to achieve this, right? So if you are an what BW ANA consultant, BW ANA consultant doesn't know about how to design the table function. Now the job of ABAP consultant will come into picture. What we are going to do, we are going to write the complex select queries, calculations, all those things as part of table function. The table function name we have to provide it to what? The ANA consultant, a BW ANA consultant, or what? Normal ANA consultant who doesn't have any knowledge on what? ABAP. Okay, so that BW ANA consultant may develop this particular graphical calculation view consuming that particular table function, and later point of time this graphical calculation view will be given to what? Reporting tools for reporting purpose. So the first agenda is what? I need to create I need to create the table function. So before that, let me decide what fields I want to pick from the table. So I'm logging to right. So if you go to VBAK table, okay. So from the VBAK table, I want to retrieve sales document number, and I want to retrieve, yeah, I want to retrieve this one. What is this? Yeah, this one. Sales organization. Then I want to retrieve the net value. Okay, three fields I want to retrieve. What is the input I want to give? Sales, not order type, document type. Sales document type, I want to give it as what? Input. What is the field? AURT is the input field. Based on the sales document type, I want to retrieve sales document. What else? Sales organization and what? Net value. Okay, so I want to retrieve the input. So this is my table function. What is the input I have to give? The input I have to give is what? Sales document type. What is that field? AURT field of which table? VBAK table. Understood? So this is AURT field of VBAK table, and what you have to retrieve? I have to retrieve what? VBLN, that is nothing but what? Sales document number. Then I want to retrieve NETWR, nothing but what? Net value. And I want to retrieve VKORG. What is the sales organization? Okay, this is from which table? VBAK table. Okay, and what else? I want to retrieve the other fields from what? Item table. So let me open. So if I go to SC11, in the item table, VBAP table, what are the fields I want to pick? Item number and what? Material number, like POSNR and what? MATNR. Okay, so I want to retrieve POSNR, nothing but what? Material number and what? NET, sorry, I'm sorry, not material number here. This is POSNR is what? Item number and material number from what? Which table? From VBAP table. So three fields from header table, two fields from item table. The input is what? Sales document type. So first of all, I need to create the table function. So already we have seen many examples related to scalar user defined function and table user defined function. So once again, let us create one table function. So what I'll do is in my HANA Studio, okay, so in my HANA Studio, okay, we are in what? Development perspective. Okay, how do you create the table function through wizard? Go to what? Repositories tab. Okay, in the repositories tab, one second please. Yeah, in the repositories tab, yeah, first what I'll do is in this workspace, one second please. Yeah, in this workspace, okay, in the development perspective, in the repository tab, okay, in this workspace, I'll right click, I'll create one package first. I'll create one package, or you can consider the existing package also, but let me create a new package. So right click on my workspace, new repository package. Oh, it is asking this one, huh? Okay, let me give this. I'll give it as zero new package. I'll say next. Let me check whether it has created that or not. Okay, it has created G new package. Description, new package. Other fields are not mandatory. I'll say finish. Okay, yeah, it has created a new package. What is this? Z new package? Okay, now as part of this package, let me create the table function. So I'll right click on this, right click on the created package, new other. Okay, I'll go to what? New other. Yeah, here you can see under what? SAP HANA, under SAP HANA, under database development, we have something called as the table function. Okay, right, under SAP HANA, under database development, we have table function. I'll choose this. I'll say next. Done. Okay, so this is my package. Acha, name cannot be empty. So here you have to give the, here we have to give the name of the what? Table function. So I'll give it as, I'll give the name as read sales data dot hdb function. So make sure that read sales data dot hdb function, the extension for the table function should be what? Dot hdb function, HANA database function. Okay, read sales data dot HDB function. I'll say finish. This is the extension for what? Table function. I've chosen my package. I'll say finish. Let me check whether it is created or not. Excuse me, please. Hello? Yes. Right. So, yeah, it has created what? One table function. What is the name of my table function? The name of the table function is what? Read sales data. Read sales data. The extension should. Oh, one second. It has created twice. Huh? Actually, I think I should not give the extension. One second. Let me just close this. Do you want to save? No. So this is my package. Let me try to delete this. Right click on this. Do you have delete button anywhere? Yeah, remove from client. Yeah, I've removed it. Let me go back to my package once again. So delete. I've refreshed it once again. Yeah, done. Okay, it has deleted. So again, I'll right click on this. I'll say new other table function. Next, I'll choose my package. Name cannot be empty. I'll give the name as read sales data. I'll say finish. Done. Yeah, it has created the extension automatically. What is this? Dot HDB table function. No problem. Okay. So this is my function. Okay, you can observe here what is this ANA here? The logged in user. I logged into which user? ANA. Okay, so that is nothing but your schema, I believe. And based on your username, you'll have one schema. Okay, based on the username, you'll have what? One schema. That's what it has created here. Okay, then this is a package, new package. Then read sales data is your what? Table function name. Right, what is the input I have to pass for this? I have to pass what? One, what is that? Sales document type I have to pass. I have to pass what? Sales document type as input. What is this? AURT field. Acha. If you see AURT field, it is character of what? 4. AURT is what? Character of 4. So here it should be type compatible. So I'll give it as, let me give it in uppercase, input underscore what? Doc type, input underscore doc type. Here I'll give it as what? N varchar of 4. The compatible data type for character is what? N varchar. N varchar of 4. Done. Returns. Always the table function returns what? Something. So I need to return a table here. I need to return a table. I need to return multiple records. That's the reason I have to say returns what? Table of. Understood? Returns table of. What you want to return? I want to return overall 5 fields. Okay, so these are actually my database field names are what? These are my database field names. But when I'm returning, I don't want to return the database field names. I want to give some meaningful names. So I'll say return, I'll say sdoc, nothing but what? Sales document. Sales document is what? Character of 10. So here I have to give what is what? N varchar of what? 10. N varchar of 10, comma. What else you want to return? Net value. I want to return the net value. So here I'll give the column name as what? Net value. These are aliases. Net value is what? It is if you take this net value here, NETWR, it is currency of 15 with 2 decimal. So here the compatible one is what? Decimal. I'll say decimal of, okay, net value decimal of what? 15 comma 2. 15 comma 2. Done. Next, what else I want? Okay, I want to these 2 fields. Then I want the sales organization. So I'll give the name of the field as what? Sales org. Sales org. What is the data type of the sales org here? VKORG character of 4. So here I'll give it as what? N varchar of 4. So these are the three fields from what? Header table. Then I want two fields from item table. That is POSNR and material number. So here I'll say item number, item number. POSNR is what type here? It is of type numc of 6. Numc of 6. So I'll give it as what? N varchar. Alphanumeric. So here it is what? N varchar of what? 6, comma. Material number. What is this material number? Character of 40. So here I'll give the column name as what? Material. Material. What? N varchar of what? 40. Done. Okay, so this is my input. Whatever you gave in this parenthesis immediately after the table function, nothing but what? Input parameter. And whatever you specify in the returns section, it is nothing but what? Return value. So what I want to return? Table. That's the reason I'm using a keyword what? Table. So n varchar of 40, language SQL script, SQL script invoker as done. Then here table function must return a value. So I have to use the keyword what? Return of. I have to get the data. What is that? Select. First I want to get the weblen. Weblen is there in what? Both VBAK and what? VBAP. So I'll say h dot weblen as, okay, as what? What is the return field here? sdoc. So I'm giving the alias for that. Sdoc. Done. Then what else I want? I want VKORGs. I want net value. Net value is there in both VBAK and what? VBAP. So I'm prefixing with this h dot what? NETWR as, what is that alias name I gave? Net value. Done. Comma. What else? What else? What else? Sales organization. Sales organization is there in only in what? VBAK. So directly I can give it. VKORG. If it is part of multiple tables, I have to prefix with alias name as, what is the column alias name I give you? Sales org. As what? Sales org. Sales org, comma. What else? Item number. Item number is part of which table? Is part of what? VBAP table. It is there only in VBAP, so I will not give anything. POSNR as, okay. POSNR as what? As what? Item number, comma. Material number. Material number is also part of only VBAP, so I will not give it. As, what is the column alias I am trying to return? Material. As material. Done, 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 done. Okay. Yes. From VBAK table. So I need to prefix with schema name, because from which schema you want to get the data. From SAP ABAP 1.VBAK as, what is the table alias name I'll give for this? H. As H. What else? Inner join. Inner join what? Inner join. What is this? SAP ABAP 1 dot what? VBAP as what? I. As I. Okay. On, you have to use on. What is the common field between the two tables? H dot weblen is equal to what? I dot weblen. Done. Where I have to compare with the order type in VBAK table. AUART is equal to, what is the input parameter I gave here? INP underscore or doc type. INP underscore doc type. That's it. Okay, so this is my table function. I can write any business logic here. I can write any complex select query here. Hope it's clear to everyone. Yeah, only two are there. Yeah, hope it's clear. Okay, so the input for my table function is document type. It has to return me the multiple record. That's why it is a returns table of, okay, what structure you want to return? Five fields: sales document, net value, sales org, item number, and material number. So when I'm picking those fields from the tables, I'm defining the alias name, column alias names. This should be compatible. Okay, this should be compatible. That's why reason I have to give same thing in net value, sales org, POSNR, material number. Done, done, done. And this anyhow we know, whenever we use a join statement, I have to compare with the logical related field. and I don't want all the sales orders. I want the sales orders, header data and item data based on the given document type. The document type I'm going to pass as what? Input. That's it. Let me save it. Done. Control F2, right? Control F3. I'm trying to activate. Say finish. Completed successfully. Done. So my table function is created. Hope it's clear to everyone. Okay, done. Once a table function is created, now what I have to do? I have to integrate this table function in my calculation view. Okay, so what I have to do now is, so this anyhow is done. So this is my package name. This is my package name. This is my table function name. This is my schema name. Anna is a schema name. So I can check it. Anna is a schema name. Actually, I have not specified this is coming automatically because my logged in username is what? Anna. So on based on the login username, you'll have one schema with the same name. So where I can check it? I can check it in the systems tab. In the systems tab where you can see all the schemas in the catalog folder, right? In the catalog folder, what is my schema? Anana. Let me check. Right. So somewhere here, is it there? Yeah. This is my Ana what? This is my Ana schema. Under that, okay, okay. Where I can see was, can I see it in the functions? Yes, good. Can see it. Under functions, you can see GNew package. GNew package. What is that function name? Read sales data. This is my overall name now. Okay, so Anna is a schema name here. The logged in username is also Anna. That's why I'm getting it like that. Done. Okay, fine. So table function is ready. Now I have to integrate this table function. Remember the name, read sales data. Okay. Integrate this in my calculation view. So where do we construct? Under content folder in the development environment only. What is our modeling folder? Z modeling. Under this is my calculation yesterday we have created without writing any SQL code. Now I return the SQL code inside what table function. So now let me right click on the modeling and I'll say new modeling folder, new calculation view. I'll give the name of the calculation view name. So I'll give the name as, one second. Okay. I'll right click on this. I'll say new calculation view. I'll give the name as CV underscore sales underscore table function. CV underscore calculation view underscore sales underscore link underscore, not link, just I'll say CV underscore sales underscore table function. Label is so and so. Package is what? Modeling. Yeah, this is important. Just observe here. Yesterday we have not disturbed the settings, right? View type is what? Calculation view only. And what type of calculation view? Let it be graphical only. Yesterday also we have chosen graphical, and yesterday the data category is what? Cube only, right? Data category is what? Cube only, right? So if you set the data category as cube, the default node is what? Aggregation. So if you proceed like this only, see, we got the same thing what we got yesterday. Aggregation. We have created the instance of projection union join and we have used it. I don't want the layout like this. I directly want the projection. Okay, so that I can add it. So let me close this. Let me remove this. Right click on this. I'll say delete and activate. Let me recreate. Okay, so right click on the calculation view, new. What is the name? CV underscore sales underscore what table function. Okay, view type is calculation, then type of calculation is graphical only, but data category, instead of choosing cube, yesterday when you are choosing cube, in the layout we are getting two nodes, semantics and aggregation. Now I'll choose the data category as dimension. When I choose a data category as dimension, what is dimension, what is cube? Okay, see, I am not a BW consultant. To be fair, I don't know anything about that. So it is related to BW, just leave it. Understood? So if I choose dimension, what is this? If you set the data category as dimension, the default node is what projection. Understood? The default node is projection. Okay, I'll say finish. Yeah, you can change the change. You can see the change in the layout. Yesterday we got semantics and aggregation. Now we got semantics and what projection. That is a change you have to observe. Okay. Now as part of this projection, directly I can add what my table function. I can integrate my table function. Yesterday also we have seen the projection, but yesterday what we did in the projection, we have associated the tables. Okay, we associate the database table. Now I want to associate the table function. So I'll just click on this add objects, right? Type the object name. What is the name of my table function? Read sales data. So I'll try to type that READ, read. Good. You can see here. What is this? Read sales data. This one in a second one. It is written with schema, ANA schema. Z new package, colon, read sales data, ANA. Not the above one, choose this one, which is part of your schema. Okay, Z new package, read sales data, ANA. Okay, say okay. Done. Good. I got all the columns. No? What is the return type of that table function? Sales document, net value, sales organization, item number, and what? Material number. So in the output also, I want to show all the things. So I'll say, you can see in the right hand side, as of no columns are there. Right click on this. I'll say add all to output. Good. All are what added. Done. But, but, my table function is expecting what? One input parameter. What is that input parameter? Sales document type. What is the name of the input parameter? INP underscore doc type. INP underscore doc type. Okay. So what you have to do, from the calculation view, I have to pass that particular value to that input parameter. Understood? So my calculation view also should have what input parameter. The input parameter of the calculation view should be mapped with the input parameter of what? Table function. That is what we have to do. Understood? The input parameter of uh, the table function should be mapped with the input parameter of what? Sorry, the input parameter of calculation view should be mapped with the input parameter of what? Table function. So for that reason, let us create one input parameter for my calculation view also. So how do you create? These are my output parameters, return values. So right click, already we know calculated columns. We have seen some two examples when I'm discussing the analytical view. Same concept here also. So input parameter also we already discussed in analytical view, but once again in what? Calculation view. So right click on the input parameter. I'll say what? New. Right. What is the name of the input parameter you want to give? I'll give it as in underscore what? D type, some name I am giving, in underscore D type, parameter type is direct only, done. Then data type it is asking. One second, it is asking the data type. Okay. So one more thing, if you want to pass multiple values for multiple values, you can select the checkbox what? Multiple entries. Okay. If you don't select, I can enter only what? Single value. Okay. So let it be single. Data type. Document type is what type? Character of 4. So here I'll choose something n varchar of what? 4. Okay. But as of now, this is not linked with any of the field. I'm just creating the parameter name with the data type. That's all. Okay. Say okay. Done. So input parameter is created. Now what I have to do, the input parameter of this calculation view should be mapped with the input parameter of what? My table function. So how do we do it? Means, what is the name of the input parameter? The table function inp underscore doc type. Here it is what? In underscore d type. So the next step is right click on these input parameters, say manage mappings. Understood? Right click on the input parameter and select what? Manage mappings. Okay. So when I say manage mappings, done. Good. You can see here. What is this here? This is the input parameter of your what? Table function. This is the input parameter of your what? Calculation. So just drag and drop it here. Done. So the mapping has been established between the parameters of the table function and calculation view. Okay, just say okay here. That's it, done. Okay, now save this. Let me activate this. Any errors? Good, completed successfully, done. That's all. Okay, now as usual what you have to do, we need to preview this. So here actually what I'm doing directly, I'm executing the calculation view. But what is the real time scenario? This calculation view name, what is my calculation view name? cv underscore what? Sales underscore table function will be given to the reporting tools, the front end developers, okay, who are using that reporting tools, Bivo, Lumira, whatever it is, third party tools, okay. We'll give the name of this particular calculation view to the reporting tool so that they'll consume it. But here we are not concerned with that reporting tools. That's the reason I'm directly executing. So when I'm executing this, when I see data preview, yes, good. You can see here what is the selection type, single value only I can give. Okay, so what is the value I'll give? Document type now. So I'll give the document type as what shall I give? Z3. I don't know whether it is available or not. So I'm giving Z3. Say okay. Did I got the data? Raw data. Oh, I got only three. I got only three. So might be only three sales document are there whose document type is what? Z3. I can cross check in VBAK table. I'll go to this sales document type is what? Z3. Good. We have only what? Three entries. Okay. If I give ZOR1, how many are there? 284. So I can execute this once again. This is one output. Let me re-execute. I'll click on this. I'll give the value as what? ZOR1. I'll say okay. I got another output now. Raw data 269. 269 only, but here it is showing what? Here it is showing what? 284. Probably the reason is there might be some sales orders. There are no items in what? VBAP table. That's why it has not picked that. Am I clear to everyone? Here it in VBAK table it is showing 284, but in the output I got only 269. The reason might be I'm also getting the corresponding item data now. Might be for some of the sales orders I don't have the item data. I don't have the item data because you are using inner join now. That's the reason you are not get inner join means the rows should be available in what? Both the things. That is the reason might be. Okay. Or else can I modify and check here? I'll change it to what? Left outer join. Let me save it, check it, activate this. Done. Okay, done. So now here I got only what? 269. Okay, let me activate this once again. Okay, I'll re-execute now. I'll re-execute. I'll give it as what? ZOR1. Say okay. How many I got? 293. Why 293? Why 293? How I got 293 here? How do we analyze that? Hmm? Good. Why? Because you can see here there are some sales orders which are having multiple items. See here, there is one item which is having 20 here. Am I clear? Right? So don't go by exact count here. Here we are in 20. Okay, there are some sales orders where there are multiple items. You can see here, multiple items are there. Mm. Yeah, for 17295 I'm having two items, 296 also I'm having two items. So that is the reason. Actually, that's why the count got increased. But you can easily understand here. You can see here the sales orders which doesn't have items also I got it because I given what left order join. Understood? So simple analysis what here I used inner join 269. Here I got 293. Obviously in left order join you'll have what more records. Okay, you'll have what more records. Done. That's it. So we are able to consume the table function inside my what calculation view. So when do we go for this scenario? If you go for plain graphical calculation view, we have only drag and drop. I cannot write any what complex select queries, complex business logic. So that complex business logic, I can put it as part of my table function and then integrate the table function as part of my calculation view. And if the table function is having any input parameter also, I can pass that input parameter through my what calculation view. So when this is consumed in the front end application, what they'll do in the front end application. Okay, so assume that this is my front end application. Assume that this is a report developed in Lumira tool. So in this, what they'll do, they'll they'll read one input value. What is that input value? Document type. Okay, understood. The front end developer is going to develop the screen where you have to give the input as a document type. Whenever we execute this, it has to call what calculation view. Understood? They'll only call what calculation view. They'll only consume the calculation view. But this calculation view is internally calling what table function. Okay, who has developed this table function? By ABAP consultant. That is ABAP HANA consultant, I mean to say. Okay, this is my table function. The job of this table function is to retrieve the data from my what HANA database. So in this table function I wrote the business logic to retrieve what data from what retrieve data from what HANA database. So it will send the request to this HANA database, okay, which will pick up the data. It gives that data to the table function. It is going to return the what response, that is the table. It is going to return the table, okay, which you are projecting in the calculation view. The same thing is projected to what the reporting tool. Make clear? So this is the process which happens. So our job is what maximum our job would be designing creating the table function, and if required we may be required to call the table function on the calculation view. So I cannot exactly say that only BW consultant may involve in developing these views. Okay, as the experience grows on, even the ABAP HANA consultant also might be developing this calculation view. Okay, but they're expected to know about what that info cubes, dimensions, star joints, all those are fact tables, all are what BW related. So that comes only by what experience. Any questions, please ask me. None. Sure then, so I'll stop now. So practice this part. We'll continue tomorrow with what other options. So we are discussing each and everything practically. Okay, so we are discussing more than what we promised. Okay, so please practice. Whatever we are discussing is more than sufficient to project strong experience in ABAP HANA. Okay, chalo then. So minding off, we'll continue tomorrow.